sewing monkey genitalia to men to see if it would stop the aging process. Therefore, that was his favorite concoction of sauce with his steak. And
repeat what he just said.
What that got to do with the food?
What's good, y'all? It's the Demouchets React, and we're back with another video. Who we got today, C?
Today we're back with another American reaction. Super excited about this video, guys. If you're new to us and we're new to you, make sure you scroll down, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell because we're on the road to 100K. I almost said 50, but we at 100K. Okay. Yeah. Join the family. Without further ado, let's get into the video.
Hello everyone and welcome to the channel.
Today we have a very special guest, Chef Patrick Williams, who is the co-founder of Kudu Collective. It's a group of restaurants and bars. We actually went to Kudu Grill a few weeks ago and the food was exceptional. So thank you for coming and doing the exchange and coming to us.
how's it, guys?
Now Patrick is South African and he has compiled a group of South African ingredients and dishes that he thinks we haven't tried before and that might blow our minds.
Yeah, a small little challenge ahead, I'm sure.
Yeah, no pressure.
I am excited for
I'm
this.
very excited.
Right, let's lift the cloche.
I'm just necking this straight off then.
Yeah.
Straight down.
You put on your margarita glass.
I mean, it's powdery. It's got the texture.
What's going on here? What's this?
Desiccated coconut. But I have no idea.
Coconut?
It's kind of flavourless.
Put him out of his misery, Patrick. What is it and why have you put it under our cloche?
So it's millie meal, which is sort of like a white corn meal turned into
Oh!
which is a South African staple in every single household.
So what's it made of?
It's pretty much really sweet corn, super dried, and then ground up really, like a white polenta.
Okay.
All
This
right.
is the topic of one of our food videos that we did last. No, it wasn't a food video. It was a English vocabulary video.
Oh, yeah.
And they said maize. He said that this is cornmeal. Like cornmeal. Our cornmeal is yellow.
Right. Yeah, ours is yellow, actually. Theirs is white. I don't know if there's a reason for that. Like, are we bleaching? No, it's not bleaching. Is that the authentic color? Are we bleaching?
Corn's supposed to be yellow.
I don't know. Something.
I don't know. That's why we didn't recognize the term maize.
Yeah, I'm glad you mentioned that because that's what they do call it, maize, as other words for corn meal. You know what I'm saying?
I see.
Traditionally, you'd be only serving this when you have a braai or sort of having guests around where it's a large group where it's quite a filler.
What are we talking about when we talk about braai?
So it's very different to how the British would call their barbecue. So there's no little pork sausages or hamburger patties. That's not what we do out there. Normally it's big wheels of beef sausage called boerewors. You know, everyone has their own sort of like style of mix for that. Big cuts of beef, nice big pieces of fish on there, using South African woods to sort of like really get that nice smoke flavor through there. It's culturally what we're known for. I think if you are South African and you don't really know how to braai well, you kind of get pushed to the side a little bit, or you get put into braai school very quickly.
Pushed to the side, do you mean you get pushed to another country?
Well, you're just not allowed to hold the tongs, that's all.
Step to the side, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Would you like something a bit nicer to eat?
Yes, please.
I.e. the end result.
Yes, please. Wow.
Okay, the end result. Because I'm like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
We're going to do very well out of this. So is this the braai curly sausage?
Yeah, that's the boerewors. Yeah,
The boerewors?
Yeah, definitely.
Wow.
Majority of the time it's always coriander, black pepper. I mean, that's like our go-to spice. Sometimes a bit of chili in there. You got the pup over there, which is, you know, with every single braai you have. Then that's sort of like tomato relish is called a chakalaka. So a little bit of spice in there, a little bit of heat, tomatoes, onions, bit of garlic, whatever fresh herbs you got lying about, you just chuck it in there. And that's how you'd devour it.
I mean, this is my plate, so cheers.
Hey, this is a play for you, boy. So fill me up.
Whoa. That is so cheesy. That curry's such an amazing...
They must cook like my wife. Because when he says so cheesy, when I tell y'all she put cheese in just about any dish that requires cheese.
Any dish that requires.
Yeah, you see, I fixed that. I was gonna say any dish now. Any dish that requires cheese. She knows exact amount to put.
Right.
And bro, she like she just put it all in there.
So the braai, is that slow cooked?
Oh,
What
good
you
question.
try and do is, depending on what sort of meats you're using, depending if it's fish or sort of like beef or chicken, you're trying to arrange your coals on your braai to have that right temperature zone. So it's not like American style slow cooking where it's in there for 8 hours, 9 hours. It's very much, cooking it for, maximum. The sausage probably take about 15 minutes on a really nice,
15,
get a real
that's not
good
bad.
smoke flavor on it.
That's
Okay.
about right.
Yeah, although it don't have like a sauce on it, this reminds me of our barbecue.
Yeah, I
Because
feel
we
you.
cook our barbecue on top of coals.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
the only thing that we would cook, like if we're grilling or barbecue.
So this is definitely smoked.
Yeah,
Definitely smoked. Yeah, the whole dish looks really good though, man.
It does.
A good char on the outside. And you want it slightly pink because it's beef. I think that's the biggest misconception here is that, if the sausage is slightly pink, it's raw. Which we're trying to sort of break that wall down a bit.
What I love about it is the texture. It's that
Yeah.
almost mincy but chewy because of the beef.
It's really coarse, isn't it?
It's awesome. Like, it's such a pleasant eating experience. And then you get all the flavour coming through. That is unbelievable. The chakalaka is also just fantastic. Like, it's such a... It tastes of deep red, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I mean, South Africa is a melting pot of cultures. There's been so many people that have come through and left their mark on the country. The Dutch, we've had the Indian cultures coming there, so that's why where I grew up is very much spice central. You can't get away from the fact that there's a spice market almost every sort of like 100 meters. So you grow up amongst that. And then when you move down to sort of like the Cape Town side, it's a lot more wine origin, so the Dutch really sort of like push that one out there. And obviously they bring along their staples that they love and sort of grew whatever they could to and turn it into what they wanted.
I should probably stress, Patrick was desperate to get Brian to the studio, and our fire alarms wouldn't allow for it. So it is definitely one of those things that if you want to try properly, you have to go and try it in the restaurant, which we did. It's awesome.
Fantastic, yeah. This is going to be a good day.
Yeah, that's definitely an experience.
Jay, this one doesn't fit under a cloche, so
Good news.
back to the other
What
games.
was that?
Look,
May I?
That look fancy.
Unveil.
I couldn't even really...
It look fancy. What is that a fish?
Fish.
Battery low.
Oh, not the battery going low. Okay.
That's definitely fish though. Like,
Yeah,
so
it's
what it
fish.
looks like is they clean the fish out really good, and then they put a sauce in there with, I guess it was some of the meat of the fish. But that's still the whole fish.
It looked like they flattened it. Maybe cut it in half and flattened it.
Yeah. We gonna see what they did, y'all.
Incredible.
What is it?
There's fish,
Fish.
and what looks like, it looks marmaladey.
Have a taste, see if you can guess what it is.
You like have a taste?
Just for this to start with.
Wait, no. He didn't tell us anything about. He said have a guess what it is, but he didn't tell us nothing about this dish. So he's just eating off of
Yeah.
randomness.
I don't know.
I need you to tell
haven't
me.
seen fish like this before.
Never.
Oh,
Use
Spicy.
your words.
the words are coming, but the spice is taking over.
Oh,
We
spicy.
do spicy
That is
around
like
here.
a chili jam.
Like a chutney.
It's sweet, it's got heat, but there is something else, and I can't...
Patrick, put him out of his misery.
so it's an apricot chutney with a bit of chili in there, a little bit of spices, and garlic. Really good.
Garlic. It's the fruit and the garlic, which is a really odd but delicious mix.
In particular on mackerel, but only because we couldn't find...
Snook.
There's some excellent words in the South African
It's
cuisine.
another whole
It's a
language.
great
down there.
accent, and then you say words like snook as well. Like, it's just,
What is snook?
So snook is it's pretty much a gigantic mackerel. It's a game fish, feeds on loads of oily fish, so sardines, mackerel itself, mantis shrimp. So it's got like a really good diet of sweet, oily creatures. And then that obviously just gives it an amazing way to be cooked on the braai because it's oily, so it's got that, it lends itself to be cooking over fire. And then that char works really well with the sort of the apricot sweetness. So yeah, and South Africans smear apricot chutney on apricot jam on absolutely everything. desserts, savory, whatever, you know, when you have a shower, if you run out of...
Very different combination.
It is
I've
different.
never had a jam or anything like that on fish.
Right, and then he still haven't forked the fish yet, so I don't know what that's gonna look like. It's gonna be like macaroni almost, like
Like macaroni.
like you know that good cheesy macaroni be coming up.
I don't think so. The jam.
Well, I'm talking about the inside of the fish,
Well, the fish look cut and sliced and
but look like they
flat.
they sprinkle some
Yeah,
stuff.
they did
They
that.
did all some. I don't know. We're gonna see.
The jam.
Yeah, I mean the fish got a good diet,
You crazy?
so they eating good. Yeah, they eating
Just a
good.
bit of apricot chutney.
All right, check it out.
Yeah, South African cooking
Let's
is
see.
about simplicity, and that's what makes it so great. It's very family friendly. You know, your kids can help you make it, and it's such a unique thing for us to have that.
Okay.
As a country as complex as it has been in the past, nowadays it's just such a way of getting us all together and being one part of technically a big family. Mrs. Ball's chutney makes it, and I think it's one of those things that they made it so well that it just became one of those iconic condiments to have in your cupboard.
That is really unusual to me in a really delicious way. And I'm wondering what chutneys and marmalades and things we've got that we could do with fish. Such a good mix.
If you're enjoying this, there are some small things you can do that make a big difference to us. Like the video, subscribe if you aren't, click the notification bell and select all. Thanks.
Oh, this is what I'm here for. Like trying stuff
What is that?
I
Like a
don't
chili.
really know what I'm eating.
Beans
in a
in
good
it?
way.
Is it
Yeah,
beans?
sure.
First off, it's cold. Is this
Cold.
right? I'm eating it with a doll's house spoon. There we go. Wow, again, it's got a really like lovely sort of delicate spice that just hovers on the top of your tongue, and it's not too overpowering. But yeah, it's that deep charred, sweet. Oh, it's so familiar. It's really barbecue saucy and it's delicious.
Barbecue,
What's he got a bowl of there?
Monkey gland sauce.
monkey gland sauce.
Monkey gland sauce.
What you? Hold up.
It's like
Monkey,
a South African style.
monkey,
What you mean?
which monkey gland sauce?
Are we supposed to take it literal, like monkey gland sauce?
So let me get some monkey gland sauce with that too as well. Like I need extra gland in there. Like is that what you say? Or extra gland sauce?
Let's see.
Yeah. And I want to know, like, I want them to go in a little more detail about, like, well, he's going to say what he got to say. Let's see.
Barbecue sauce. Similar to how, you know, North Africa has ras al hanout, so it's like a house mix of whatever they have or their specifics. This is the same pretty much. It's got an interesting name. No one really knows the origins of it. But the one that I like to sort of like tell everybody is the fact that there was a Russian scientist who went to the Savoy all the time. The server that used to serve this Russian scientist moved to South Africa and told the story. And the story was that he was famous for sewing monkey genitalia to men to see if it would stop the aging process. Therefore, that was his favorite concoction of sauce with his steak. And
Repeat what he just said.
What that got to do with the food?
Wait a minute, bruh. Russia had a guy who came to Africa, and Africa had a monkey, and he sewed the genitals on the man to see if it was going to stop the aging process of the man. What that got to do with the gland sauce, bro? I'm sorry, y'all, but that was... What the... Say it, baby.
What the what? What?
Whoa, bro. One more time, my boy.
sewing monkey genitalia to men.
Look at his face.
to stop the aging process. Therefore, that was his favorite concoction of sauce with his steak. And the monkey gland.
So there's no monkeys or glands in the sauce?
No monkeys are harmed in making that. No.
Okay.
Now, obviously, we couldn't
Thank the
invite
Lord.
Patrick down without asking him to cook at least something.
Yeah.
So, of all the dishes, we thought we'd love to try the monkey gland sauce.
Yeah, go on.
Your style.
Go on. Cool, so this is something that's like a staple for me. This is what I'd make if I'm having a bride home. It's always in my fridge. So you got the onions, you got to chop everything up.
Oh, he
Doesn't
definitely
really
a
matter
cook.
how
Look
coarse
at
it
that.
is, because you can always just, with a stick blender, can just sort of make that happen. Don't be afraid to use the eyes of the onion as well, because that's just going to break down while you're cooking it. So no waste here.
I forget how embarrassing it is getting real chefs in who just chop up onions quicker than you've ever seen.
Bro, quicker than you ever seen for real.
We get that going. A little bit of oil in there. Garlic. The more you have it chunky, the more you got to cook it, obviously. So if you're in a rush, just slice it a bit thinner. Get a nice, good amount of color on that. It's something that we're thinking about, sort of like maybe trying to sort of like take it a bit further, maybe getting some bottles, maybe try and sell it. I don't know, you know, it's one of those cool little unique things.
Yeah.
So once you got them slightly colored off, you want to just chop up your chili. Depending on how you like it, if you like it blistering hot, add the chilies. Get some real big bad boys in there. Your spices, like I said,
Putting all the chili in there.
You have in your cupboard, but again, a little bit of chili in there.
Yep, see?
Maybe a
Yep,
little
more
bit of
chili.
fennel seeds.
Yep.
And you want to be generous with this because this is really going to give you that sort of like you were saying, there's those notes of something going on in the background, but they're not sort of like in your face hitting you like chili would. So you got that all pretty much caramelized. So we're going to add a little bit of tomato paste, cook that out really well. You want to get those oils releasing from the tomato paste.
So this is how you make it.
Cook that out.
Yeah.
So then what you want to do is you want to just deglaze with the brandy. Good
Some
like
brandy.
that. So you got ketchup, you got Worcester sauce, you got soy sauce, you got honey. And then what I do tend to do at the end is I just add a little bit of...
I must say, I really enjoy him not using measuring tools.
Right.
He's
Yeah,
just
real
really,
chef.
yeah, he like, bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Going in.
smoked paprika and the apricot
Gotta
jam.
get some paprika.
And that sort of is just what you want to get to the right consistency. So once you've got this pan nicely deglazed, get all those flavors off the bottom. You want that nice char flavor from the onions and all the spices you've got going on in there.
What's that?
And the tomato paste. So just get
Nah, that must have been a
if you want,
secret.
You can add a little bit of water just to sort of...
No.
Oh,
He didn't say what it is.
So again, if you're basting something like fish where you need it slightly looser, could do it any fruit really. You know, you could.
So we don't know
you
what
have
that
plums,
was.
You got.
I can get some brandy, though.
Earlier. Mango, even if you could get like a mango jam or something
Mango.
like that, that's fantastic.
jam. That was a
Patrick,
jam
you mentioned that in the
substance.
restaurant you
Okay.
serve this with pork, so that sounds like a perfect excuse, right?
Oh, I love it when he foreshadows, but in a good way.
And maybe let's open a bottle of pinotage as well.
What have we got here?
So you got some pork and a pork chop.
It's got my monkey gland inside it.
Cool. So you just want to sort of like just nicely carve that, get that gone, and then sort of just really nice thick slices.
Salt in the wrist and the blade.
Be very, very
You
good
gonna
for this.
drizzle it on top.
Yeah.
Join us.
Okay.
Straight
So
Wow.
it wasn't
Here we go.
anything that
all about.
he didn't
Cheers.
put any
Cheers.
meat in
Cheers.
that monkey gland sauce. That
None.
was just herbs and
yeah.
It's one of those
And
sauces that's
vegetables.
sweet
Yeah.
and sour, smoky, spicy in places, salty. It literally ticks every box.
And then
He's
wash
just
it down
got
with some
everything that
brandy.
you need to accompany me.
And imagine that spread on a cheese toasty. Like rather than like a Branston pickle or a Worcestershire sauce, like it's got a little bit of everything going on it. And a cheese toasty, that would be exceptional as well. I mean, we're 3 for 3, and we've still got one more to do.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if you get this one right.
How do we top that? That's you.
All right, number one. This the
I
one.
think I can see what this is, and this is going to be awesome.
The best
Ready when you
seller.
are, Jay?
I love Bailey's. Smells cream liqueur-y. Well, cheers.
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 What are you getting?
I can't identify a specific flavour, but looking at it, smelling it, I'm thinking Bailey's, like Irish cream liqueur. Tasting it, I'm getting something slightly different. I just can't identify what it is,
But it's fruity.
it's fruit-based.
Yeah.
Is it apricots?
No.
Everything else has been apricots.
shout.
Let's put the stakes out there. If he gets the fruit, what does he get?
Lifetime free meals at Kudu Grill.
Oh, okay. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Fine, come on. Pressure's on, mate.
Gonna have to rush it.
Grapes.
Nah, sorry, mate. No free meal forever. So it's a marula fruit.
A who now?
Marula.
who now?
A marula.
A marula
fruit. Yeah, so this fruit is how they came across
We
this
had
was-
those that grow on the
it's a fruit that you
trees.
get
We
in
did.
Savannah, so it's sort of like in the where the lions and the elephants
was sweet.
and all those kind of guys
They're pretty
roam.
good.
And what happens is that the fruit ferments on the tree and falls, but as it's fermenting, it's creating so much alcohol content. So the baboons, the elephants, the giraffes, and the bucks, they all like to eat it, get absolutely hammered. And that's how they stumbled across it. They were always seeing the elephants like stumbling around,
Having a great time.
having a great time.
Wow.
That's amazing. Oh, he's got the elephant on the label. He does look a bit wonky.
I can see the similarity, Jay, but that is so unique. I don't think I've ever had anything quite like that.
So the marula fruit is distilled.
So can the maruna fruit? I'm seeing they sipping out of the shot glass. Can you treat it as a shot?
Yeah, they said
You know?
that the animals was, falling all out. So
Right.
they tasted. So I don't know, but I know that this fruit used to grow on trees when we were younger.
Sure
now
did.
I haven't seen any when we was older. Maybe I'll see it here and there like every year or so. But
They hardly
Yeah,
come
we used
across.
to-
I haven't seen one in a long time.
yeah, but when we were younger, it just seems like we always saw it.
Mhm.
So we used to eat this off of trees. Never knew
Facts.
the name.
Good in aged French oak for 2 years before being blended with fresh cream.
It's Bailey's at the beginning, and then it's tropical fruit at the end.
A nice end to a meal, but we also thought we probably couldn't end today's meal without something sweet. So, would you like to introduce a South African dessert that is seen everywhere?
Let's go.
So this is the Melva pudding.
A
A
pudding.
South African take on a sticky toffee. But not a sticky toffee, not as heavy and as deep as the sticky toffee, which makes it obviously better for the climate that we have in South Africa. My personal favorite is when you make it is to pour, so there's like a syrup at the end of it, loads of butter, cream, and sugar that you pour over it once it's baked. Put a good glug of the amarula in there,
But it's lighter than sticky toffee.
but it's lighter than...
Right, fine.
In South African terms, it's lighter, yes. The way it rises is it's got bicarb and vinegar as the agent, the
Looks
rising
like
agent.
cornbread.
So once you,
It does.
last second, just before you put it in the tray, got it in the mixer, you add your mix of bicarb and a little bit of vinegar, and that creates a reaction where it rises really nicely. So you get quite a nice spongy texture to it.
See, I heard pudding.
And they
That
put
So-
that on
is
there.
so
Yeah.
pain for Jamie Spafford.
See,
This
I heard-
reminds me of Kush Kush. How
And for
they
anybody-
pouring that over it.
Yeah, for anybody who don't know what kush kush is, that's like cornbread in the oven, taken out, sliced up, and just put some nice
Milk.
choice of milk
Or
on
cream.
it. Our cream.
Yeah. That's what they're reminds me
When I heard pudding, I was thinking that like a really pudding dish, like the pudding
Right.
cup. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So different way to make it. And he said it's fluffy, so I bet there's even
of. Yeah,
a good taste to it.
looks just like cornbread.
Mm-hmm.
Changed.
I can do your one differently if you want, mate.
Yeah, just like
This is my brother's
cornbread.
recipe,
That's
so
wild.
don't be brutal on him. Yeah?
Cheers.
Okay.
Cheers.
Oh,
So you getting tipsy doing dessert?
Yeah, so that is the end of that.
Yeah,
This
tipsy
was
doing dessert.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Oh, wow. South Africa.
Grown folks sport.
Man, y'all turn
Grown
it up
folks.
with these dishes. I have to say my fave would have to be the monkey gland sauce with the steak he had, maybe?
Mm-hmm.
Was it steak? Steak, you guys? Steak. That's probably one I would go
What
with.
was the first one he
don't
did?
remember.
You don't remember.
I don't remember.
Jeez, me either.
Oh, it was the first one. The first one was like the cheesy I thought it was like
the bride. The bride. I like the bride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with the monkey gland sauce in the
Okay.
well, yeah. With the steak.
Yeah, the
I
bride
don't want
looked
the
like
sauce by itself. I want the steak with it.
that was pork chop.
Well, I've been saying steak, and you're like, yeah. Okay,
no,
pork.
You have it.
Pork,
I know
yeah.
what you're saying. But yeah, this was a good introduction
Yes, it
to
was.
South African foods. So yes, we hope you guys enjoyed this video with us. Like this video, subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. We have enabled our super thanks if you like to support the channel that way.
Yes.
As well as our join feature to become a VIP member of the
Check it
channel.
out, check it
Sending
out.
your requests through our description box. We'll see you soon.
Peace.